Today, I wanted to get some information on how to get into Final Fantasy XIV, and in particular, how to skip the story, as it has made me quit multiple times. So I made a Reddit post in the Final Fantasy subreddit, and even though I did get a good amount of answers, I also got a lot of people very mad. And I wanted to talk about that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content of this, and let's get into it. So, what happened? So, Final Fantasy XIV has a long story, and, I kind of wanted to, in some ways, skip it, because, every time I've tried to play this game, I've quit in the middle of it, because the story is very slow, and I don't really, I like story games. It doesn't have to be all gameplay or whatever, right? But when it does have gameplay, I do want it to be a bit fun, and I don't want it to be only watching a movie. And actually, if I had to sit there and just watch, the whole story of Final Fantasy in just a video or a movie, I would probably not care. But the fact that I have to do that and then go from, from one side of the map to the other one just to talk to another guy, it really, I just can't. I can't do it. And I know this is a very good game, so I wanted to see a way if I could actually, I wanted to find a way if I could actually, play the game and find the good things about it without having, this bad thing for me that it has to completely destroy my experience. I actually was able to find this level boost and scenario skip in the website as well, but the problem is that the website, it's a bit confusing in how this works, right? You have a level boost, and you have a story boost, and even though levels, the level boost gets you to level 80, which apparently is not the max level right now either. It also, you also need to buy the story skip at the same time. You can't really buy one or the other. But I didn't really understand how this worked. I was like, okay, so if I get to max level, can I just skip the whole story, or do I have to purchase this as well? Do I have to purchase all of them at the same, all of the story skips? Can I just purchase the last one? Can I purchase only the first one? What the fuck? It's a bit confusing, especially as a player who, has never played the game, at all, right? Or than, the first A Realm Reborn part, right? So I was like, okay, what do I do? And I made this post. And I think it was pretty fair in the post. You guys can tell me. I said, I want to play Dawn Trail, but I don't want to play the story. I know this is a story game, I get it, but I hate the way this game does story, and I just want to play the main part of it. I plan to watch the videos about the story, but I can't do the gameplay part. Should I buy the level boost and just get into Dawn Trail, or do I have to buy the level boost and do the story boost as well? How should I go about it? And I maybe here in this part, being very focused about the story, and how I don't like it, was a problem, or maybe I didn't communicate myself too well, but people got very, very mad at me. They really did. And the reason why I made this post is because there was not a lot of information about this on Reddit. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted in the information that I needed. And the reason why I put this as well here is because I really wanted to emphasize that I didn't want to do the story. I don't want to do it. I want to skip it. Because every time I would go and check other threads, everyone was responding well, you shouldn't skip the story. You shouldn't skip the story. You should just do it. And that's not what I want. I want you to explain to me how the system works, right? Look at this. You do you law. You said you want to skip, so skip. It's okay. Yeah, but why be so passive aggressive? I don't understand. What's with the I don't care about the story crowd? Always coming here first to tell us they don't care about the story before buying the boost. Whatever, man. It's your money. If you want to waste it, go ahead. There's better games for you, I'm sure. How do you know that? Maybe I do want to try the game. Why are you being so aggressive against me? I only asked a question. It is my money, I agree, but I'm not sure if I want to spend it in the first place. I want to, see how it actually goes. And why do I, one of the reasons why I want to tell you that I don't like the story is because I want you to know, so you don't try to convince me that I should do the story instead. If you guys didn't have to, went all the time trying to convince other people to like something they don't, maybe this wouldn't be necessary, right? Then I did say, and I was a bit mad, admittedly, I was a bit mad here, I will agree. I did say, because if you don't do that, everyone in the community just ignores your actual question and says just play the story. I've loved to make a thread about it, but I couldn't find any information about what I actually wanted because all the threads just responded with just play the story. The boost ecosystem is confusing and I don't know what to buy, that's why I'm asking. I've gotten some actual good answers, and honestly, to be fair, now I actually did get a good amount of good answers, and I'm kind of happy with the thread overall, right? For sure. But at this time, everyone was kind of shitting on me, right, when I posted this. How could I do it? And the rest is just comments shitting on how I want to play the game. Nice ways of treating new players. Maybe I was a bit unhinged there, okay, I will say. Then this person responded, then just ask the damn question. If I want to buy a boost to level 100, how do I do that? There's a whole mega thread every day for simple questions with simple answers. You make separate posts when you want to farm drama/karma. Bro, farm what? I'm getting downvoted. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Why are you saying this? This is so unhinged. I really don't understand why, so many people in here get so triggered over just asking questions. And I did ask the damn question. I asked. I just want to give you a little context on what my situation is, so you can answer in a better way, right? Even in this comment, there's a whole mega thread every day for simple questions for simple answers. You make separate posts when you want to farm drama/karma. How the fuck would I know? I am just a new player. I have no idea what drama in this game is or not. I'm just asking a question, trying to get, the information so I can play the game in the way that I want to. It is not my responsibility to research how, what the community is gonna respond to my questions, okay? This is insane that I would have to know that the Final Fantasy XIV community is fragile about how people perceive, talk about their story and the skips for me to question something about the game. That is insane. Okay, this is obviously not a drama thing. And even if it was, how would you discern a new player from someone who actually is farming drama? Personally, I do know about the whole story thing about Final Fantasy and how, people kind of get mad sometimes when one that wants to skip it. But what if I didn't? How would you know? What the fuck? And honestly, the fact that I can make a question like this that is very innocent and very chill, right? And this is the response I get. I'm sorry, but that is not a problem with the person who asks the question. There's a problem with the community that answers it. Okay, this would not have happened in any other MMO in this way that this was portrayed, right? In other MMOs, in order to bait people for drama, you have to do so much more, okay? And I've seen that, okay? I don't do that because I don't have time for that shit. But I know people that do that, and they really, have to really put much more effort than in this. I get Jesus Christ. And it's very interesting to me why this happens so much in this community, because this game has a very good story, very strong story, and I think honestly, that's where it comes from. It comes from a lack of security on how people perceive their story. They know it's good, but I think deep down they know it has some problems in terms of how it's presented, and it's one of the reasons why a lot of people quit. And this, dissonance in their head of the story is very good because I played it and I'm so connected to it, to the I know that people quit because of this. It doesn't make sense to them, and they can't fathom it. And as soon as they see someone that is experiencing this, instead of actually being like, yes, the story is very, very good, but it's a bit slow sometimes, and you're gonna have to go through it, right? Instead of going through that and accepting the bad part of it, they completely lash out and just, fucking go hard against people that honestly they shouldn't, that shouldn't happen to them, right? That you shouldn't be going hard against people that obviously just want to try the game, right? It is a bit sad, and I hope that, that's honestly one of the reasons why I'm making this video is I hope that this changes eventually, right? I'm sure that it has, other dramas like this have happened, and hopefully that has made people a bit more cognizant of this bias that this community has. But it's a bit, I hope that, this also helps a little bit. I even got a DM from someone in the thread that was watching, I guess, the comments, and they told me hey, bro, don't worry about it. Do whatever you want and just do this, in order to experience the story in the way that you want, and don't listen to the other guys that are flaming you. And they're I'm sorry that, they flamed you. It's not your fault. And I was like, okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was kind of scared that I was getting DM because they were gonna shit on me again. But no, they were very nice and very kind. And they also said like, hey, this always happens, every time there's like a question like this, people just completely lose it, and it's very sad. Like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? But yeah, this other person also said, the boost system isn't confusing at all. It's literally as straightforward as it can be. But I can't understand why you don't care for the story if you find the boost system boring. Bro, it's a boost system. It's not boring, it's just confusing, okay? I'm sorry, but you know what other games do? They just give you one boost to max level, and for you to play the game on the latest expansion. You don't have to fucking buy a story boost for each of the expansions for $25 each, bro, okay? Like, if I wanted to buy... all of the expansions plus the boost for leveling, it would cost me $100, bro. $100! Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is insane. And don't tell me, well, they do it so expensive, so people have to play the story. If that was the actual case, they wouldn't have a boost for it. Come on. They do that because they want to make money, okay? And they probably, yeah, I don't even know, like, it's just completely stupid. This other person says, nobody cares, dude. Literally nobody cares. Do what I want, I guess. Why? Why you guys, why are you guys such an assholes? At least keeping passive-aggressive Final Fantasy 14 player. The true. Then why ask the question? Most of us are going to say the same thing, that the whole game was one main story. How would I know that? I'm a new player. I don't know what you guys think. Okay? So skipping it. So you'll not have the same connection to it. I mean, yeah, of course you won't have the same connection if you didn't do the story. Of course, you're gonna lose a little bit of it. But what's better? For me to don't have the same connection as you guys have, or just not play the game at all ever, and have no connection to it. In my opinion, I would rather at least find connection to the things that the game actually does well. I know that, because I really know that this game has a lot of cool stuff. It seems like the combat is pretty fun. It seems like the island, the Zoja or whatever island, is very, very cool with world events, and I really like world events in MMOs with big bosses and everything. What's the other thing? The fashion looks pretty cool as well. There's like the roulette system looks awesome. The encounters in instance content look awesome as well. Like, how would I not want to? Why would I not want to connect with that? Just because there's one thing about the game that I don't like. Should I just quit the game? Imagine if you said that in another MMO, guys. Imagine if you play fucking WoW and someone tells you, I really don't like the story. And you were like, well, if you don't like the story, just quit. Like, what? Of course they wouldn't say that. That's crazy. The only reason why you guys are saying this is because you're so attached to I don't even know, honestly. You're so attached to the stories and you like it so much, which is fine, that as long as... if anyone ever shits on it, and I'm not even shitting on the story, I'm shitting on the way that the story goes, right? They just instantly lose it and they need to go defend it. Like, if the story is good, the story is good. Guys, you fucking won prizes over the great story you guys have in this game. It's Final Fantasy, right? I love Final Fantasy games. I played many of them. I fucking cry every time I listen to the Terra music theme from Final Fantasy VI. I love Final Fantasies. But this is just... okay, like, you don't have to do this, right? It's just crazy. As I said before, there's a lot of good posts. A lot of people are actually trying to help me, and I don't think the whole community said this, of course. But I never had something like this happen to me ever. I've asked in other threads, in other, communities about MMOs, how to do certain things, of course, how to skip, and this has never happened to me. This is actually crazy how unhinged people have been. And if I wasn't, if I wasn't very stubborn, as I am, I probably would just be like, fuck you guys, I'm not playing this game, and you would have lost a player, right? And it's not really about me, because I'll do whatever I want. I'll probably play the game anyways, right? Maybe I won't even skip, who knows, right? But, you don't want to behave this way against new players. You really don't. You should be, and I understand you can be like, oh, maybe you shouldn't, you should be careful. You shouldn't be like, yes, skip this story every time. You should be, you should consider the fact that you will lose some content, but don't be mean to them. Like, this is crazy. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't be like treating them like they're dumb or whatever, right? Like, they just have different opinions of what they like in the game, and this is completely fine. I didn't really, I'm not really mad or whatever. I find it kind of funny. I do think that probably, especially after I make this video, people are going to be like, well, he just did it on purpose because he wanted some drama. I was like, bro, look, there's way better ways of making drama, okay, than this. And, this video is probably not going to do it well at all. I'm a Guild Wars 2 streamer, not a fucking Final Fantasy 14 streamer. I talk about this because I think it's important, and I think it's interesting, and I want to talk about it, right? yeah, I do, and I find it super. Yeah, I don't know. And I've been trying to get into this game for like over 2 years, and I just can't do it. And I'm really kind of desperate to find a way to actually do it, because I really want to try it, and I want to compare it to other MMOs and everything. And it just makes me sad that this is what happens instead, right? It's a bit fucked. But you know, there you go. You guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong. Maybe I am an asshole. Maybe my comment was completely unhinged, even at the start. Just, you know, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. If you wanna watch me live and discuss this with me, of course, go to my twitch.tv/DarrensWithUs. Go to my Discord if you wanna, you know, hang out, and go to my subscribe channel. And you know, if you wanna support me, go to my Ko-Fi. And I guess that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye bye.